time, space, reality. It's more than a linear path. It's a prism of endless possibility, where a single choice can branch out into infinite realities, creating alternate worlds from the ones you know. I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if? Glazer missed an episode of Snap Judgments.
Indeed. Welcome to episode 64 of All New Snap Judgments. It's a takeover with our brand new podcast, Snap on This. I am Lauren Whatevs, and with me today I have fellow co-host Ben Roller. How was your week in Snap?
That's me. It's been a pretty good week. I'm going to try to keep it snappy, so I'll just say last week I climbed quite a bit, did a lot of bounties, scored a lot of points for the Alliance. I am absolutely going to coast on that this week. Y'all are going to carry my ass. And I think it's time to start building some new decks. I feel like the decks that were working last week aren't working as well this week, and it's just I got some new ideas that I'm eager to look into. See if there's anything there. You never know.
I feel that, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with. And also, another permanent co-host, Ree. How was your week in Snap?
The worst, to be honest. So, I used to be so chill. Galactus, everyone was angry. All of it was good. The only time I've tilted before was, remember the 2-month Shuri meta? It was before we had OTAs. They could only do balance updates
Yes,
a month.
I do.
And Shuri Red Skull was rampant for months. For months, it was the top meta deck by far. And that was the first time I ever was just hi, maybe, uninstall the game. And ever since then, though, I've been cool. But this week, I was just having a bad day. I logged in 5 games in a row against Loki or Loki arishem. Right? And the last one, it just drops down. They put it's got a fucking green cosmic border, an art germ Loki. You know what I mean?
It's
a
always
gold
art germ Loki.
split. And turn fucking 2. Sorry, I can't. Or can we not swear? That's gonna be hard.
You
Let's
can.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
who knows?
On turn 2, they drop Loki, and it's just and they steal all of my I'm just playing my comfort deck of discard. It's called Meekocalypse. Because if Meek caused, the apocalypse. And both of those cards are in the deck. But so that's my comfort deck, and I'm just it's late. I just want to escape into the world of Snap. But no, Loki on turn 2 in an arishem deck, and they have all of my cards. You know what I mean? And they played Magic. Okay, then they played Magic. So it's just more turns to get more of my cards for cheaper. And then they played Adam Warlock on a lane I wasn't going to be able to win for a couple
the nerve.
things. And I I almost never do this before turn 5. I retreated. I just was fuck this. I'm not staying to turn 7. And I just was, and it's I've just been doing it. It's that's what I've been playing. I know that's my pocket meta. It sounds like not everybody's only facing some version of Loki and or Loki arishem. But I hate it. It's the most I've tilted since I did a drive-by in my Discord, a drive-by giffer. It's just swear word, angry gif, and then sorry, this is I know I'm taking too long. My weekend Snap. But then here's what happened, and I'm Loki, and I'm so angry, and it's just how dare you use my own Dracula against me? And then one of my friends just replies, and it's just that gif of Loki going just turning slightly to the side, just arms out, and I was just God, Anyway, so that's my week, say.
The meta has
took a
been
toll on
so rough. Yeah, I feel that. I really do. And I've been playing comfort decks too. To kind of combine what you two have said, I've been playing comfort decks and they are not doing as well as they used to do.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just struggling. But I ended up falling back on Spectrum Affliction, and it took me straight from 88 to 100 in a few hours. So I finally have that like pressure to hit infinite off of my shoulders, and it's like it's really amazing how big of a sigh of relief that is. But yeah, I'm hoping for meta shakeup soon. I want to play silly fun decks. Okay, we'll move on. So we're starting a new podcast. Snap on this. We did not intend for our first full-length episode to be a takeover of Snap Judgments, but we have had various delays, mostly my fault. And then technical difficulties after that. So here we are. We're starting a podcast. The trailer's already available. We'll tell you about that at the end. And episode 1 will launch next week. But for now, today, we're Snap Judgments. Okay. We're going to move on to Speed, which was this week's new card. He's a 3/3, ongoing, +1 power for each turn in which you spent all your energy. Thoughts? Did either of you get Speed?
I personally did not. I mean, sometimes it'll be a 3/9, and that's cool, but he doesn't do anything. I'm just not that impressed. I kind of think that I don't know, I'm more excited about cards that do things. Call me old-fashioned.
Yeah, that's fair.
I didn't get him either. I think he's like the Quicksilver of ongoing cards. Like, it's just like you can see where the power comes. It's like, where is he gonna go outside of his Spectrum? What is he? It's like he doesn't. It's like, it's the old poke it with the stick. Like, do something fun, like. And then it's
I'd rather play Polaris in like any deck. Just like a card that does something is also kind of big, and you don't have to do any homework. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like it feels like Speed kind of like exists to help make Quicksilver and Domino more playable, and it's like,
I mean, like, it's very thematically cute, flavorful, top down, lovely.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting.
It's like Quicksilver and the Wiccan tie-in, and you can do the.
We're like, look at this little like Speed echo chamber. Like, someone out there loves Speed, and I feel like they should be.
Oh no! Well,
I can't do it.
You should tune into a different podcast if you want this kind of pro Speed narrative pushed. Sorry, we speak from the heart here, and we're just not feeling him.
But also, if you love Speed, live your truth.
Oh no, we're not. Yeah, come on.
Maybe
However, if you love Loki and Arishem,
yeah,
get out of here.
That's just Lauren. I think go with whatever you like.
Cosmic bordered Archer Loki. Get out of here. Okay.
I think you're having fun. Do you?
I skipped Speed 2. I was actually quite tempted because, like I said, I've been playing Spectrum, and I got him twice during that run from Camp Lehigh, and both times he was huge, like 310. But even so, you have to cut something from the deck, and you have to cut something that does something. I really think, like, he pretty much, he goes in where Gladiator goes, kind of.
If you play Gladiator.
But that's exactly it. He's Gladiator stats without a downside, which is huge. But Gladiator is not really played right now. So,
and also sometimes he's just Swordmaster stats.
Yeah. Well, Swordmaster with no downside, 3/7 is still pretty nice.
It's okay. I feel like
it's not enough.
No,
it's like Baron Zemo stats.
There you go. Yeah.
I think I don't think Swordmaster deserves as much disrespect, to be honest.
Swordmaster got the reputation Swordmaster got for a reason.
Swordmaster's in Meekocalypse. And you know what? And everyone keeps saying, put Lady Sif in. Why not Lady Sif when they see the deck? And here's why. Yeah, because Strong Guy is in the deck. And you don't always want to discard Apocalypse for like the 4th time. Sometimes you need to get rid of the other card in your hand so that Strong Guy gets his proc. So that Dracula will discard Apocalypse appropriately. So like Swordmaster has his place. Let him have it.
Okay.
All right, sorry.
No,
I'm very
convinced.
passionately about this.
No, that was a very effective defensive Swordmaster. That's a use case. I see it.
Also, I'm sorry that we all stole the spotlight from Speed.
I was out of pocket.
This is Speed's week, and we're talking about Swordmaster. That's how I feel about Speed, to be honest.
That says a lot. At next week's card is Emperor Hulkling, a 6/11. A 6/11 with the text, at the start of the game, copy the text of a random 6-cost card. Let's just go in the same order. Thoughts on Hulkling?
I still can't believe this card is being released like this. I think this is maybe the worst card ever. I don't know. It's real bad.
Your opinion all along
real bad.
That you expected this card to get changed, and that like it came out in the trailer, and you're still like, they're definitely changing it before. It has tickled me so much.
I mean, you'll feel lucky when he's just bad Magneto. It's ridiculous. Like, this card is like the single most compelling piece of evidence I have that they're actually working on draft mode. Because that's the only circumstance in which I would consider playing this card. This is a limited card, only for limited formats. You would not play this in Constructed. It's hot garbage. I don't know what else to call it. Don't spend tokens on this card.
Incorrect. No. Come on. Okay, look, this is all right. It was like I wasn't this passionate about how I felt until I had to listen to all of that all the way through. But okay, one, you can put them in a deck with Wiccan, and like that's adorable. Have you seen those two together in the comics? They're super cute. And 2, you put in already in a deck, right? You can put an Emperor Hulkling and Agatha and Quicksilver and Domino, and that's just like, how hilarious is that? Like, you could have 2 Agathas in your starting hand, like, right?
You know, you're right. The comedic potential is there.
Which
Agatha and worse Agatha.
Is Agatha
yeah, this is one of the funniest cards ever.
No, okay. But, like, it could, I don't know.
Emperor Hulkling.
It could be fun, is all I'm saying. He might be the thing that makes Wiccan click for me. Like, you know, I think you're being too down on him. And now when I get him, I can't get him this time because I have this very specific spotlight plan. That means that I won't get him unless FOMO gets me next week. Unless FOMO gets me, I'm not getting him. But when I do, like,
in his next spotlight.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a deck that will make you, that'll make you eat your words.
Hey, like, when it works, it's really gonna work.
I won't play it.
In 6 months, like, when you can get him again.
When it becomes null and your opponent is playing Destroy, it'll feel great. But you know what else does that? Copycat. When you get Copycat and you steal their null, like, that's great. But Copycat is an independently good card, whereas Emperor Hulkling is, like, probably bad most of the time.
That's why you run Martyr. There's nothing.
No, okay.
Twice I got my Martyr copycatted, and it won me the game when Copycat flew over at the end of the round with her little 5 power.
That's incredible.
Glorious.
Well, that's just another reason why Martyr's awesome. That the stated that our podcast has a consensus that Martyr is sick, right? We all love Martyr here.
I'm pro Martyr. Yeah.
I have gone on a very lengthy monologues about how I love the soul of the card. You probably both heard it at least once. Okay.
If I hadn't, I just sort of assumed you would because you've got taste like that. All right. Martyr Fancast #1, snap on this.
Okay, here's my thoughts on Hulkling.
Yes.
I'm between you two, which isn't shocking given the extremes we just heard. He does not work in a game where win rate is king. However, in Snap, cube rate is king. And so smart retreating, smart snapping, it means a deck that doesn't win over half the time can still be positive on cubes. I don't think that's a very compelling argument for the card, but I think it means that he can work. I kind of evaluated all of his possible hits, and I determined there are 4 that are almost always great, and 2 that you always play. I think that's Leader and Doom. Great ones are like Zola, Blob. I don't remember. But anyway, I broke it down, and it's like 20% are like great hits or better. And that's not good. Those are worse percentages than your odds of hitting Wiccan on turn 4. Those are worse odds than your chance of hitting negative. If you're gonna play a deck that is that swingy, play something that's good at it.
Yeah.
Could be fun.
I don't think the cube equity, like, that is a point
fun.
in its favor, but, like, it doesn't get it there.
Counter argument: games are for fun.
No,
Okay.
true. Like, if you love
He's
it,
the opposite
play
of
it.
Speed.
I don't know. I was mid on him until y'all beat up on him so much. Now I just kind of, I just want to defend him.
Okay.
It's very noble of you.
Let's briefly also talk about his spotlight. His friends are Cannonball and Nimrod. This is it's a bad week.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
Yep.
Cannonball is still playable, but nowhere near as good as he was since Professor X got changed.
I was just
I mean,
reminiscing.
I do like Cannonball. I still play Cannonball. He's a
but
cool
it's
card.
not. But remember the old days when you slammed cards into Professor X? That was so fun.
I never did.
We all
but
missed
I
that.
do remember having people do it to me. Yeah.
Okay, well, you don't even know the joy of it. You've only been on the receiving end.
I know about cannonballing cards into Kingpin. That's more my style. That's what tickles me.
Yeah, I can 100% see that.
Yeah. Okay.
But into the solid
I was
wall
just
of
like,
old
okay,
school
you're the
Professor
kind of
X.
villain that wants to see your enemies suffer. I'm
Yeah, that's
into the
right.
big
I would rather break your
explosion.
card than turn it into a rock.
Just want to see it go boom. Okay. What? Okay, yes. Cannonball. I think he's not. I think it's that thing where he's still not bad, but people just stopped playing him because you couldn't do the Professor.
Well, he doesn't have a
X
deck
combo.
right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nimrod's a little bit that way too. Nimrod has a deck, like 1, maybe
Uh.
2, if you do Shuri and Phoenix Force.
But what if Cannonball gets arrowed? What if it's that, like, but it's still okay, right? But is it though?
Actually,
it's better than arrow.
The deck where I play Cannonball right now, it was originally Arrow, but it just wasn't working, so I switched to Cannonball. And neither one of them has been really a standout performer, but, whatever. They're fine.
That's like, Cannonball has fallen. It used to be like, oh, this is a great card to, like, better than Arrow,
That's not a bad place to be.
He's fine.
Arrow
I'm
is...
sorry. I know disrespect.
He's still totally a lane winner. It's just
you're right.
so much harder to make sure you still won the other lane.
He could be like a Valk backup, Like, you didn't get your Valk.
Very
so
similar
you, like,
function, as I believe we discussed in the trailer.
Yeah, your Cannonball and your 1-drop. All right.
Yep.
Nimrod.
Okay.
Shuri Nimrod is fun.
It's fun. It does one thing. It does it well when you pull it off.
But yeah,
there are a lot of decks that struggle to deal with that. But
that's why I feel like, so Nimrod is like kind of either in Shuri Nimrod or in like Galactus decks. And he's not like an all-purpose destroy card, it doesn't feel like.
I don't even think he's in Galactus anymore because you have to pull off Galactus on turn 6.
Well, if you're doing
really
like
hard.
a Goblins like Galactus deck.
You're right. If you were going to, that would be the way to do it.
The most obvious way to see. If you like to announce your arrival with, like, you know, with mailers ahead of time, then you do Goblins.
They are the
Galactus.
heralds of Galactus.
That's when it's the most fun to play Valk, to be honest.
Oh my gosh, Falking a Hobgoblin.
Yeah.
Are we about done with Spotlight, friends?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. On to the patch. We had a patch this week, Tuesday. Came with some new features and some balance changes. And then, of course, data mines, which is the most fun part of any patch, if you ask me. Let's start with the headliners, like the cosmetic changes. We have big changes to the way Prism looks. Also, I don't think it was in the notes, but they changed the way that, what is it called, Starburst? What's the
Yeah, this star
Yeah.
flare, Stardust.
Yeah,
Stardust
the
flare.
Stardust. Yeah, that flare is sparklier, bigger,
It's bigger.
more starry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Prismatic, I don't. It's better. I like it on very specific cards.
But here's what
Yeah,
I think.
I think it's fine.
Here's what I think the what I'm seeing behind it, though, is that no longer, like, when they drop all of these, is I think no longer will rolling prism mean just that prism. It'll be the color blast. So that'll be one of numerous, like, red prism, blue prism. You know what I mean? So
You think you'll get them all?
Look how they phrased it. I copied this specifically because they phrased it. Prism finishes, not just prism, you know, like that could be a plural type, now have a color blasted prismatic theme. So this is the color blasted prismatic theme, but you've seen the pictures. There's like red stuff and blue stuff.
Yeah, there's other flavors of Prism,
I
at
know.
least in the data
I'm
mines.
to believe that they're going to invent more.
I know Ben
cosmetic
is
options.
so like it's too good for cosmetics, but sorry, I didn't mean to like be that harsh.
Not too good for cosmetics, just
I meant it, you know, fondly.
you know, they're just not the part that interests
But like
me.
this is a game. Like this is huge. We're getting a whole bunch of. We're going from like you get a foil and prism, or you get a gold, or you get an ink, to like you get like one of like 10, 15 things. Like if if you would all late at night pull up your phone and you're too sleepy to play Snap, but you just want to look at your cards.
You fiddle with your collection.
You just want to see them sparkle. It's like look at all the extra finishes you have.
No, I
The
more
decks
variety
you
is
can
cool.
plan out. You could do alternating like banana, Wolverine. I don't know, whatever. But like you could have your deck. I don't know. You can do cool stuff.
Okay,
I'm sold. I love Prism
Have
finishes.
some joy in your cards and your game. Is all I'm saying.
I do.
I don't know if it's okay for me to say, but I mean, for colorblind players, I think having lots of many options for lots of many.
It is a
I think
little
having
bit
lots of
annoying when I
options
have
for
to like
Prism
check like, did I get a blue thing or a purple thing? Because I hope I got a blue thing, so it goes with the other shit. But I can't really tell at first glance. So
you don't get to benefit from that, even if you're helping
it's
other
a little
players.
bit of a pain.
Yeah, so I can see
I mean, there are a lot of reasons why I'm curmudgeonly about cosmetics. They're just not for me at the end of the day for a variety of reasons.
Okay, so as we've hinted at, in the data mines, there are many new surface effects, many new flares. Ree, I think your argument about Prism unlocking multiple colors would be more compelling if we didn't already have flares come in 8 colors and you only unlock one at a time. But I am hopeful that if we get to the point where there are tons of different surface finishes and tons of different flares, that they will finally let us mix and match. That's the only world where I can see them letting us mix and match, is when there's just tons of them.
I think they would love to get to that point.
Yeah. That would be super cool.
Wait, so another huge game changer for people who love their cards is...
I love my cards.
It's
honestly.
okay. All loves are valid. I'm not... It's okay the way you love your cards. But the
love those sweet text boxes
at
the bottom.
That you can add flares to the base finishes now. So you can have the background, you can have those beautiful Rian Gonzalez colorful backgrounds with Kirby now.
I
That's
love the
huge.
illustrations too.
That changes the game. Like,
I've been loving this. I am somebody who keeps most of my cards at base, even when I have split them many times, just because I like them to be colorful.
yeah.
And even the gold flare, which keeps the foreground colorful, it's still the background is just
The background
fun.
is usually more interesting on
Yeah.
the regular art. It's true.
This has changed all my credit spending priorities. Before I was like, okay, we go in this, and now it's like, oh, these cards are all in play now. It's like
I feel that, yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not the
Um,
only. There are other people out there who are like, this rocked their world, and I think I just want to acknowledge that.
I like that we all have different perspectives. So.
But just like I'm so glad that it's all good that we're all different. Some
I
of
think
our
that all
interests are
kinds
better
of
than
Snap
others.
players will feel their views represented.
But
I
I
hope.
know. I'm just, I love the game too. I just,
You
I
can-
love a lot of parts.
You can also now do flareless gold and flareless ink, which is kind of cool. Especially if you care a lot about making your deck consistent. It's a lot easier to do that if you just turn off flares.
I know, but like that's living life without flair. Who wants to do that?
All right, but
Okay.
have we, at least for this week, have we concluded Cosmetics Corner?
Yeah, sorry. That's okay. We're not going to end every
I
segment.
hate
with
to be
me
cracking the whip. I'm
apologizing.
just like,
no, you're
I
right.
have
Yeah.
nothing to add here.
No,
We're done talking about cosmetics. Now in your alliance, when you get an 8 cuber, it shows your cosmetics.
Really? Oh, that's
it shows
cool.
it shows your variants at least. I haven't paid
Oh,
attention.
that
to see
is
if it-
like cool. I want y'all to know that I put my money where my pixelated mouth is, and I'm rocking them all over the place. Usually with sick grail splits, baby.
Okay, I won't lie. So like if we just can we just read out, let me just read out the alliance stuff real fast. There's the new deck share button in the alliance chat. That seems good.
Very
Player
cool.
variants are now shown as Lauren just said. This is okay. We'll pause there because the next one's actually huge. But those two things, I won't lie, I never remember to look at the chat. I don't know if you guys do. I already have too
I
many
do.
other.
I check in. I
Oh,
like
you
to
guys
see what
do?
people are
Okay, it's just
playing.
me. I mostly look
Yeah.
in to see where I'm at compared to everyone else and how much we've contributed.
I'm like maybe once every day or two, but yeah, there's no like red dot or anything to tell me, hey, new chats.
Oh, I don't ever expect to see chats there. Sometimes I notice them, but mostly I'm just like, who's winning 8 cubes today? What's going on?
It might
You know?
be bigger for people who aren't like as tied into the like more external community. You know what I mean? Because
Well, also, I just want to know what my friends are playing. You know?
I can confirm this is actually it's better implemented than I thought. You can see when it posts the 8 cuber from somebody, you can see all their variants and the like their cosmetics and everything, and you can tap on them to fully expand them. Like this is somebody else's storm.
Wow.
Oh.
And I can just tap on
Fancy.
it in their list and see their beautiful storm.
I just found
Very
a new hobby
cool.
for my late night insomnia. Look at everyone else.
Y'all should be jealous. Chase is in my alliance. Just saying.
Oh yeah, that's.
Well, I don't have to
that's
be
fair.
jealous because I am too.
My alliance has a lot of heart. Okay, but the next alliance thing is actually huge. It's that the bounty board will be limited to 3 bounties of the same type. That's so huge. Like everyone
Those
was
screenshots where there's like 7 of the same one.
Yeah,
100%.
I feel really bad because like my 3 bounties are clogged up with like I've got a legendary thing with Jeff and some card that doesn't go with Jeff, and like I've got to do that. And so I
what
feel
card
bad.
doesn't
I'm
go
leaving
with
all these
Jeff?
move 7s on the vine, and like my alliance is counting on me to do these move 7s in a game, and like I'm busy holding on to this stupid Jeff quest that's going to be worth 625 or whatever the number is. Or
No,
something
you
like
can't
that.
just say that and not say what card doesn't go with Jeff. We're pausing. We're pausing.
Okay, it's a pretty easy card to make go with things. It's Sarah, but Jeff and
Oh,
Sarah
no,
are not
how
really
dare
like.
you? How dare you? I mean, I get that it's Jeff week and you're maybe tired of it, but like, how dare you say Jeff doesn't go with Sarah?
2 costs are literally the best cards to work with, Sarah.
I made a deck. It's fine. It's fun. I'm just saying, like, I didn't already have one that had those 2 cards, and so I did feel a bit imposed upon. You know, it's annoying. It's a little bit of a bother.
I haven't seen
Because I like both of those cards independently, but they're not chocolate and peanut butter. Let's be real.
I skimmed through the emblems. Most of the new ones I noticed were all art from Deadpool's Diner. So now, like, all the different food levels you can choose. You can have the fiery pizza as your team logo. So they're kind of fun if you're into that crayon-y art style. Yeah,
could be.
Didn't really see any new ones that spoke to my heart, but I imagine we will continuously get new ones.
Yeah,
I think so. Probably not much to. Yeah. So that was all the alliances stuff, right?
Yeah.
Audio. We get some new voice lines. That's hot. I'm curious what Killmonger says.
Yeah, I haven't heard them yet.
I think I heard Doctor Strange say something about being the Sorcerer Supreme or something. I think Ghost Rider says something about vengeance. I don't know. I might have those details wrong. I'm just going off memory from stuff I noticed since the patch.
However long it takes, I'm always excited when I hear a new voice line for the first time. It's cool.
For me, sometimes it's weeks.
We are the future. Magneto used to be silent, but now I hear "We are the future" several times a day. Like,
I never saw them put this in the patch notes, but they finally made Venom use the plural. And
we are Venom. Yes,
yeah, beautiful.
I was impressed that they turned that around so quickly, but it was kind of a goofy thing to get wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
Anywho, balance changes.
Go for it.
Oh, me? Oh, cool. Yeah, we got some cards. Text updates. Only to Shadow King, Moon Knight, and Baron Zemo. No functional changes. They still work the same. They've just cleaned up the language. Clarity. It's good stuff. There's nothing to explain because they are still the same cards.
Yep. No comment.
Locations. Lamentus 1 and the Peak. They're out. They're going to be retooled. Maybe they'll be back in the future. Maybe they won't. Maybe they'll become legendary things of an earlier era. That could be fun. We can reminisce about them someday. District X, it's only for the noobs. True elite pro gamers like us will never see District X again.
It was interesting because they said they found a lot of people really hated it later on. Newer players liked it because it let them see cards they didn't have access to.
No, it's it's really fun and exciting to see new cards. I liked it when I was a new player too.
So
I played a lot of Agent 13 in my first couple months just because seeing new cards was fun.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Yeah. And you find out about them, and then the other cards you already know make a little bit more sense, and you're like, oh, that's supposed to go with this later on. Yeah. And that's that keeps you invested and excited for what's next.
And to be honest,
I missed that phase of the game.
I didn't hate the Peak or Lamentus as much that much. They didn't appear for me.
I like Lamentus a lot.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're gone. Yeah, I like both of those locations. As somebody who plays negative semi-frequently, I love the Peak.
Oh, really? I'm not a negative player. It kind of makes me sad, but
I love to play 3-cost cards with power more than 3. So I am just getting. The only other cooler thing than that is Silk 2/5 that becomes a 5/2.
Oof.
Yeah, my cards do not like the Peak.
No.
I didn't hate the Weird World change. Sorry, should we not move on? Do you have more to say?
Oh no, yeah, Weird World.
Go ahead.
Let's talk about it. It used to be that both players draw from their opponent's decks. Now you each draw 2 cards from the opponent's deck. So its main effect is that it fills up your hand and makes you unable to draw cool things. That's my feeling. I mean, it also tells you what your opponent is playing. Blah blah blah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I read it wrong the first time I read it. I didn't realize till you said it. I was thinking you were for the next 2 turns you would draw. From your
no,
it's immediately.
It's that one. It's is it Olympia or one of those?
Nova Roma?
Yeah.
That's only 1 card, huh?
Oh, but one of them makes
Elysium?
you draw
Nope,
two,
that's
right?
discount. I think you're right.
I think I prefer old Weird World because now I'll be
I
like,
do too.
they're gonna have the two
Yeah, I do
cards I
too.
really want, and I won't
I
even
think
know
old
about
Weird
it.
World is like interesting in skill testing. This one is just
Weird
gonna
World is like,
make
hey,
you
how about
max out your
Loki?
hand.
I don't know. I don't like it.
And the other location to change is Sandbar. Its old text, if anyone even remembers, is cards with abilities can't be played here. Its new text is cards that didn't start in your deck cost one more. I'm a huge fan of this location. I wish it showed up in every game. I think it's cool.
I don't know that I love it that much, but I like the change.
Oh yeah, at the very least it's a good change. I don't know if I actually want to see it every game. That's maybe an overreaction, but yeah, good change. I think it's positive. Lauren, what's your
Yeah,
take?
I hear a lot of. Oh, Lauren, I think I can hear you typing.
Yes, you can. I'm sorry. I'm my fiance Jess took over my AirPods when she's trying to connect hers to the TV so as not to disturb the podcast.
Oh, that's cute.
It's fine. We'll get it taken care of. Did you figure it out? I might have to step away for a second to help with that.
No worries.
Okay, new sandbar I like. I agree that old sandbar didn't interact with enough decks, whereas new sandbar does, especially with the meta that we're in right now.
Yep, it feels very very relevant. Cool.
Hey, talk about Fogwell's gem.
No,
All
and
right,
like, don't intro it like that. You're just like, cool. Okay, like, but do a good one for this because everyone's
Notable
excited about it.
fixes. Only one. Fogwell's Gym. It now stacks with itself and provides many boosters if copied by an effect such as Legion. So, if you really want to be cooperative and help out your opponent and yourself and, get those boosters a-flowing, if they're really the limiting reactant for you, if that's where your bottleneck is. Yeah.
Ben, this is the mistake was having you because we can detect no genuine joy the way you're announcing.
I love getting boosters.
For lovers of fun. Like, yes, you could Legion Fogwell's gym now, and it'll like stack all
I
the
agree.
boosters.
It's cool. This is a positive change. I think it's good.
This is the true
think it's silly,
separator of
but it's
heroes
good.
and villains in Snap. Like, are you the kind of person that would storm a Fogwell's gym for your own gain?
Are you yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know.
anyway, I'm
Anywho.
just saying it's exciting, and
So
a
those
lot
were
of
the
people are
fixes.
excited about it.
No, I'm excited for it too. I think it's positive. Anywho,
Okay, now we're to the part you're
got
excited about.
some new stuff. So with the new patch, of course, come new data mines. So what's the new stuff? New cards, new ones. Interesting. Should we wait for Lauren? I don't know if I should
Lauren's
be
back.
digging into new
Ta-da! Welcome, Lauren.
I was just waiting for you to mention me.
Lauren, would you
I
like
wanted
to
to give you an
take
exciting
over
entrance.
talking about these new cards? I feel bad. Like, I'm just not excited enough about Agony, and I'm not selling it very hard. Do you have anything cool to say about Agony?
I do.
Part of talking about these cards, some of these cards, I think also means that we need to talk about the data mine thing about snap packs.
Oh,
at the same time.
Sure.
Because I think it's very likely that that's how these cards are going to be distributed because they're, especially Agony and Uncle Ben, are not super exciting or interesting cards. I think it's really
Uncle
cool.
Ben is an interesting card?
I disagree. Yeah, like immediately.
Okay.
Now hold on, Lauren.
Okay, I'm not saying that they're weird cards. They're very niche cards, and I love that, actually. I love that they're finding a way to distribute. Like, I could see Martyr being a card, the type of card that they would have distributed this way, where instead of taking up an entire spotlight and attracting enough players to buy it, they're just going to give us a way to get them. I think Snap Pack sounds like it's going to be free Series 5 cards, but like weird ones. And I love that they're implementing a new system to add weird cards.
Are they going to be free? How are snap packs
Okay,
obtained?
wait, before we get into, and I do have things to say about Agony, but we will return to her. Let us clarify what we know about snap packs. It's just a little bit further down in the anything else. What we know here is that there's going to be a snap packs event, because this is data mines, right? So this is just, they found some random stuff. They found something that said win games to open packs.
Also, should
Guaranteed
we
Series
give credit
5 card.
the
Snap
source where we're
fan.
getting this?
All
Snap fan
these
for this
things.
information.
Yes.
We are loosely tangentially affiliated with Marvel Snap Zone, I think. Snap Judgments is the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. We're going outside the family for this one.
And I write for Snap Zone, yeah.
Yeah. But credit where credit is due. They do great work over there. That's my feeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great
so
data mining for sure.
It's the place. It's the only place to get them, to be honest. And a guaranteed Series 5 card, I guess they found, and also a mention of like a pity counter, perhaps as a variable. So that's what we know, and that's everything we have to speculate on, pretty much.
It says win games to turn energy into packs.
Yes.
Win games to open packs. These phrases sound to me like you could do it for free. What's the grind going to be like? I'm not sure. But
right, because my grind tolerance is pretty good. It's not, not infinite, but I like to play this game. So if by playing this game
Cassandra
I will
Nova.
Get these cards, I'm excited. Yeah, I got Cassandra Nova for my spouse too. Yeah, I got Cassandra Nova a couple times.
That's 100% more than I did.
Wait, you did?
Well, it wasn't hard. I learned a lot of lessons the first time.
That's true.
I did it in one sitting. The second time, it was very easy once you understand what's going on.
But like, this feels like it's gonna be monetized. Like, there's gonna be a way to like buy, right? Probably extra chances.
Yeah, I could totally see them monetizing this. And so that's part of the question. Like, is it going to be 4 cards available in a series? And so if you really need all 4 right away, you might be encouraged to spend. I don't know, but I'm reading this as a way to get more cards for free.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, then I'm excited about it. If it does turn out like that, which I hope is true. Yes. Sounds like a thing I'm excited about. Depending on the implementation and the specifics.
I think it's kind of contrary to the sales pitch of Snap if there are cards that you can only get with money. I know season pass.
Just because it's contrary to their stated goals in the beginning does not mean it's not going to happen.
They are absolutely allowed to change their minds. I don't see it going over well if they make a card truly paid only.
But here's my guess is that if they
in addition to the season pass,
if they're doing like releasing a couple in these snap packs at once, then maybe through playing for free you are guaranteed to get one of those for free, right? But if you're someone who wants all of them to get, and maybe you could do that for free by grinding enough, but like then guarantee it, there may be a way to lay down money to ensure, just the way like you can buy tokens and stuff, you know what I mean, just to make sure you get all those cards. But they're like, I can maybe totally see that. 3. So that would be my guess.
Okay, so having spoken about that acquisition method, we can talk about these weird cards. Did you guys already read Agony's text?
Yes,
read Agony. It's a 1/2 after you play a card here. Merge this with it.
But like Nomura though. I'm so excited to get this
I think this is that's where this card goes for sure. Absolutely. Goes in
also a 1 cost that can dodge Killmonger.
Right?
Sorta.
Nomura's
it's
so
certainly
good.
Interesting.
Killmonger in a second.
Does it take up an entire deck slot? I don't know.
That's the part that I'm not sure about. I just don't know like what it does for you.
Kind of an anti-clog card.
If you're going all in on like Decan deck, like those kind of cards, like
where it could be okay, you could play Iron Fist into Human Torch on an Agony lane, and like that's kind of cute.
Wait, or
like,
Agony?
That would be a neat turn 2 play. Like turn 1 Agony, turn 2 Iron Fist and Human Torch, and then like later you
love
do
that.
Whatever else you're doing, bounce stuff. I don't know. I'm like, that's basically the coolest thing I can think of off the top of my head to do with Agony. And
No,
I just don't know what else it's good for.
but that's what's good because we're like the opposites in this way. It's like move and bounce. And then I'm on the other side and I'm like, okay, but what if I like Agony into like an abs man? Maybe I can even get an extra Agony with Nico or something. And then Agony abs man, and then I don't know, something like Black Panther. You know what I mean? You could just have some real fun. Like
I kind of
some
think maybe
cards
this card should be like 1/3 if it's supposed to matter enough to take a deck slot. I kind of feel like 1/2 doesn't quite get there.
Yeah. I
Just
can't
like-
come up with something cute enough to do with it.
It's
But
not heavy enough.
yeah.
I just think I
But
could have
maybe
some fun
maybe I
with
just
them.
haven't come up with it yet. Oh, it is
no,
a fun card.
I was gonna say, like, I have dedicated very little thought to this card so far.
Okay, yes, I guess I'm not. When we should probably be evaluating in some kind of meta sense instead of how much fun will
Oh,
I have
yeah.
with this card, which is always how I look
right
at.
now,
I
this is a
rate every
card that is
card.
below my interest.
Well, we said that it probably needs to be a 1/3 to justify a deck slot.
Yep, and I could totally see them changing it before release.
Before
to
release,
that point,
yep.
and then I would start paying attention.
This is
But
the
at
first
present,
time
it is not appealing.
this card has gotten text and stats, and they do often
Mhm.
change them before release. So, you know.
Speaking of things that I think are going to change before release, Fenris Wolf 2/3 activate, resurrect the highest power discarded or destroyed enemy card to your side of the location. I don't see this card releasing with that text and that cost. I think that would be way too powerful.
It is super cool text. I think, like, everybody was immediately like, oh, Shang and Fenris Wolf. I think that Fenris Wolf, more than any other card we've seen so far, gives us a really good clue about how Activate works, right? Like, you can't play him on turn 6 and use the ability. Can you play Shang on turn 6 and then activate Fenris Wolf if he's already on the board? Does the activation happen after you're on reveal?
So you're wondering if it sequences in among the on reveals? Like
Yeah,
you
I
stage
hope
a card,
it does.
you hit activate, you stage a second card, and it goes staged card 1, activated ability, staged card 2.
I really hope you can sequence, but like the thing that just happened with move getting reworked, so all the moves happen first before cards are
Very
revealed.
annoying, really stupid choice in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that change. I agree it makes the game more intuitive, but it makes it a lot less interesting.
Kind of. Like
That's also true.
The old way was pretty intuitive, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's true in a sense of if you're the one who's doing the moving, you're like, wait, what? I played this card before I moved Nightcrawler.
Okay, another interesting part of this, though, hearing you guys talk about this, is like Snap has always prided itself in its simplicity and the its readability of text. It's not needing layers. And now the questions you guys are
adding
asking,
this
we're
new
getting to
keyword
like
is-
Magic the Gathering levels of like order of attack, where you need to know the order
Complexity
things
creep.
happen to layer things correctly, which we used to have with Move, right? Remember before they changed how Move worked, you would layer Move a bit, and they tried to simplify that. You know what I mean? I think.
Well, they've
So that-
changed it multiple times.
to
Like,
simplify
how
it,
it, like,
because
fits
now
in
you
with,
never
like-
it always goes first now, which is simpler than layering your move into
Right. So do all activations happen first? Do they all happen at the end of the turn? Or can you sequence them? If you can sequence them, I'm much more interested in the activate cards.
Yeah, but the thing about Fenris Wolf is I feel like no matter how Activate actually works, like in specifics, any version that we've discussed of Activate is like, this is a broken card, right? Just like 2 energy to get whatever the biggest thing you can snipe out of their hand is, or like, or off the board.
And 2 energy you don't have to hold. You can play it on turn 2.
Like, this is just a ridiculous like amount of power you could get for 2 energy. It's just it won't always be ridiculous, but I mean, if the floor is 2/3, that's like already acceptable stats. Like, I mean, it's not great, but it can only go up from there. And if you're looking at like a 2/14 or something, or even just a 2/7, that's we get excited about 2/7s in my house. I don't know.
Oh, speaking of 2/7, I've been playing US Agent, and gosh, that guy gets big. All
Yeah.
right.
He's a great card.
It's
Also,
fun.
he's on my team. I'm on team small cards, and the
like
rest of the
small
world
cards.
feels like they're on team big cards. And so, U.S. Agent and our philosophies are in alignment.
Simpatico. Who wants to
Exactly.
take Tombstone?
It's a pretty exciting card. I'll hop on it if nobody beats me to it. He's a 4/6.
Yeah, go for it.
Classic B-level Spider-Man villain. Costs 1 if an enemy card was destroyed last turn.
Yeah,
So
it's Miles.
very Miles Morales-y, statuesque even.
Which works.
You know,
He's like
just
a spider villain.
yeah. I think this is a very cool card. There are lots of ways to guarantee that an enemy card will be destroyed, or you can hope that they'll do it for you, and they often do. It's just seems like strong, cheap stats. Hard to go wrong.
That'd be good in like pretty much any destroyer. Even think on like Phoenix Force. If you need to drop it, you don't have it on 4 and you drop it in 5. You know, then maybe now you have a little Tombstone you can drop with it. Like it'll just be good
I could see
everywhere.
squeezing this in
When
at
do you not
all
want a
different
1-drop?
points of the game. Yeah,
In some way.
just very convenient, easy to use. Any
Cute.
Lauren, do you have any
I'm
big thoughts
just
about
thinking,
Tombstone?
Shang something on turn 5, and then on turn 6, you activate your Fenris Wolf, and you get your 1-cost Tombstone, and you still have 5 energy to
my
go.
Goodness,
Big
synthesizing,
ol'
synthesizing.
We're playing Shang, the most played card in the game.
Well, for y'all, I never even think about putting Shang-Chi in my decks. So, like,
Yeah.
I haven't played him lately.
I mean, I had put together that, yes, Shang-Chi does go with Fenris Wolf. I'd put that part together. But, like, you know, I had not considered that Tombstone and Fenris Wolf are maybe, you know, of a kind. They are to be played together. I don't know. That could be neat.
I mean, it's easier to destroy a big card than it is to discard a big card from your
No,
opponent.
that's true.
yes, much easier. No, I think it'd
Right,
be a
like-
great card. I want him. For
Moon
sure.
Knight is your best chance at discarding something big from your opponent's hand.
Oh, so
But it could
we're
just
still
as
chewing on
easily-
Fenris Wolf a
Justice
little
for
bit.
Moon Knight. I liked
Yeah.
I liked old Moon Knight better. I do not like new Moon Knight. They normified my champion of chaos.
I mean, I do love targeted discard though.
So does everyone. And I loved Moon Knight being different. And you always discarded a card from your opponent's hand before. And now sometimes
I see why
he
you missed that.
disappoints. Sometimes
It is
there's
disappointing.
nothing.
I do agree. Like sometimes I'm counting on that stature discount and it's not there, and I'm like,
Okay.
Moon Knight, you had one job, one job.
I'm really sorry, like to derail that. I'm like still upset. I'm gonna be
No,
upset
I'm like
forever.
right there with
and
you.
now he's a
I
normie
understand this
targeted
Moon Knight
Discord.
frustration.
People are just throwing him in decks like he's Colleen Wing. It used to be special. Anyway,
I know he was yours.
He
Anyway,
was
Lasher.
mine.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
Does
No,
Lasher
sorry.
have stats? I'm not seeing them in the show notes.
No,
Lasher, what?
not yet.
No stats yet. That's why they're not there. Sorry, I
Lasher
put
is
together
just an
show notes.
activate effect. Activate. Afflict an enemy card here with negative power equal to this card's power. So depending on what this card costs and how large it is, this could be a very good or very bad card.
Goes with Agony.
I like it. It'll go with Gwenpool. Like,
Yes, it does go with
I love
Agony.
Gwenpool.
Yeah, clearly. Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'll put it with.
I'm a
It's
big
like,
fan
hey,
of-
make me big,
yeah,
and
I
I
play
love buffing
Sebastian
my
Shaw
hand.
all day long. I
Do
love
either of
all these
you-
things that want to be buffed.
Oh, it'll go in my Ikea and Okoye deck. Like,
I
see,
don't think-
I wish
I
there
just wish
was
they
better
were
hand
better.
buffing. One of my favorite combos right now is Gwenpool into Mysterio. It is extremely fun to pull off a
Mhm.
218. It's bigger than that. It's 222.
Wait,
if
so-
you get
Yep.
it does happen.
Yes.
I never play Mysterio because it's always like,
Uh-huh.
it clogs up my
No,
board.
no, Lauren got me on the Mysterio train with that very pitch.
Wait, you
like
can
when
Gwenpool
Gwenpool came out.
Mysterio?
Yeah, you
Okay,
can.
so I have
And
a
it's-
really
Oh,
silly
it feels
deck.
good.
Cold.
I need to show you this deck. You will like this
Yeah,
deck,
it's-
I
Reeve.
will
It is
like it. I
dumping your
already
hand.
like it.
It's
You
the
dump
biz.
as much of your hand as you can so that Gwen hits Mysterio all 3
Oh,
times.
so Makari's
and then
in
you
it.
have a 220.
Yes!
Mhm.
And then you have a 222. And
I
it's
bought- I had 6k tokens and I spent them all on Makai. I could have bought Ajax instead. No. And I
did
regret
the same
nothing.
thing.
I regret nothing. Ah, she's amazing. And every time she goes, she's like zip, 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 zip. And then like right into the, it's great. I love it. So
Okay.
worth it.
All right.
Do I feel like both of you are better read than I am. What is Lasher? How does Lasher
don't
connect
know.
to Marvel?
I've
Okay.
got no idea who Lasher
I don't
is.
exactly know, but my guess is Lasher and Agni. It looks like they're putting in a bunch of the Spawn universe characters that came over into into
like
Marvel.
Angela?
So Angela did a long time ago, but there's a lot of like I think Agony looks like she's from the Spawn universe. I
Okay.
think Misery
Oh,
is.
it does,
I
like,
feel like
that
Misery
feels
maybe.
about
Lash.
right, huh?
So, like,
Okay. Live fact checking. I googled Lasher. It's a symbiote. So, and you said Tombstone was a Spider-Man character. So I think we're getting 2 of these cards each season because you know
I
Uncle
think
Ben
you're
and,
right.
and Tombstone, and then in October we'll get Agony and Lasher, and my beautiful dog.
All right. So do we have anything else interesting to say about Lasher other than that it loves being hand buffed and it hangs out with Agony?
Well, and it'll hang out obviously with like the negative, like Ajax, all the cards that do negative things, like High Evo.
Oh yeah, it goes into Affliction decks. For a second, I thought you were saying it went with negative, and I'm like, not unless its stats are really weird.
No.
Okay. All right.
I think
shall we move on
seems
to
like a
Aranya?
really fun. It seems like a really fun mission card, right? Like, how can I do this cool puzzle to make Lasher solo a lane? I'm gonna make a giant Lasher.
Yeah.
I'm sure Lauren will have some
and then
fascinating screenshots for us.
You make a giant Lasher, and then you get your Emperor Hulkling, who is an Arnim Zola.
Sounds like a dream team.
Lasher and 2 other lanes.
But you have to have magic up so that you can activate them both.
And Wiccan. Surprise. Okay, anyway.
Okay. Shall we move on to Aranya?
Yes, I know, move cards.
All right. The previous version was 2/2 activate, give the last card you played +2 power and move it to the right. Now it's just a 1/1 activate, give the next card you play +2 power and move it to the right. So it used to be last card, now it's next card. That's an important change. So it's just real good.
It's just better Iron
like,
Fist, right?
Yeah, you don't even have to like play it right before the thing you want to play. Like, it's a very, very strong card.
And the +2?
If you like move stuff, I mean, yeah, it goes great with Human Torch because you're giving it more to double. This is just overpowered a little bit. Or creep in action. I mean, I am complaining, but I will play it. So that's my read. I don't think it's the right card for the moment, but it's a card that will win games.
I think it's worth mentioning a 1-cost activate is a pretty interesting card because you can have it sitting on the board, but the whole time it's there and you're not using the power, it's vulnerable to Killmonger.
It's true. And one of these other cards I think is going to bring an increase in Killmonger, is what I think. But we'll get to Uncle Ben in a minute.
That's true. And you can't play activates probably if you play them on turn 6 is what we're speculating.
Yeah, that seems like a
safe seems likely
guess.
To me. So like, I honestly don't play Jessica Jones specifically because she won't be good on turn 6.
She won't do anything on turn 6. Yeah.
It's a very big stumbling block for me, to be honest. When I'm
yeah, that's the edge that Drax has on Rescue and Jessica.
That edge that Drax has. Anyway, Surtur. Previously, for anyone who was aware of Surtur, he had a weird ability referencing Human Torch, much like Cull Obsidian's old Infinity Stone ability. A goofy thing that could not see print or digital print, in my opinion. Like, based on their, design philosophies and stuff, they don't really do that. So it no longer requires you to be playing Human Torch, and now, after you play a card with 10 plus power, this gains +4 power. So that's pretty cool. The aforementioned Cull Obsidian, you curve into that with Surtur the turn before, and then Surtur's a 3/7.
So like a Thanos.
Speed stats that we get excited about sometimes, I guess. And, if you take it up to 11, as you probably will, if not 15, this seems like a very good card to me.
It turns your 10s into 14s.
Yeah.
Notably, if you proc him twice, then he's also above 10, which makes him a Scar friend.
He feels like he's just a Thanos card to me, right? Because there's a 10 cost you're always gonna have that you can maybe play early from getting Time Stone. You're already playing probably Coal Obsidian and Thanos and Scar. I think that's where he finds a home,
if
and
you proc it
probably
just
not
twice,
much
it's
else.
so good. It's
And then,
like hella overstated. This is
and
an
then
exciting
yeah,
card for people who like that stuff.
High Evo with magic, right? Will be the other big place, I think.
Oh, true. Yeah,
High
that's a
Evo
great
with
fit.
magic, where
With
you're
all
putting
those
in
10
some
pluses. Yeah.
She-Hulks, all of that
Mhm.
stuff. I think those are the two big homes for this card. I mean, and then there's all the interesting stuff that like Ben would make maybe or something, but like but as
Maybe.
far
I
as
don't
like
think
the
Surtur is a
big
Ben card.
Okay, well, I mean, not, but you know what I mean. Like people will make
But
fun
no,
things
no,
that are
someone
different.
equally resistant to doing things the boring way.
Yeah, but I think the big meta plays are gonna be in High Evo, magic-y things, and then Thanos, right?
And not the boring way, just whatever the obviously good way is.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to impugn people who like obviously good things.
I think you're right.
I get it. I like obviously good things sometimes too, just not this one.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play this because I don't play cards with 10 plus power.
Yeah, exactly. I'm on team small cards, and this guy is playing for the other team, even though he is himself a small
No,
card.
he makes me want to go to the other team because, like,
Disgusting.
it could be fun.
We're still friends. But...
okay, because here's the thing: I got Thanos super late, and I still haven't played him a bunch, and like, I have the
That's so
birthday
sad.
balloon variant one, carrying the little balloon,
I'll
and
take your word for it.
It's
like-
baby Thanos, right?
yes.
Okay.
And
I think I have seen that one.
Now that Thanos, okay, no, I think he's just holding a balloon, but I call it birthday Thanos because I got it around my birthday. So, no, it's just like, and now that Thanos is like not super meta like he used to be, he's more interesting to me. And like, think how much fun it could be. Like, you play him early, and now it makes all those cards that were boring more fun. Because it's like, oh, you play Coal Obsidian, and then like, all right, I think it could be more fun for me now. I like it. All right, sorry. Can move on to Gore now.
Gore. Used to be a 0/0 on reveal, destroy all 6 cards, or all 6 cost cards wherever they are. So that's kind of not a real card. But
Such
now
a cool
it seems
ability.
to have an energy cost and a negative power stat. So that's cool. It's a 6 -3 with ongoing +2 power for each on reveal card in play, yours and your opponent's. It's the most common keyword ability, so that's a good thing to be scaling with.
Definitely a negative card.
Yeah.
Replaces null and negative,
yeah.
I think.
People are gonna video cap so many rogues, like playing an on reveal deck, and then they're like, "Ha! Look, it's my Gore!"
No, it's gonna
and then
feel
someone's just
great.
like, "Boink!" Now at mine though, So it's like a meta dependent card. It's like super scroll, right?
I have no idea if it's very hard for me to imagine exactly what the landscape is going to be when this card comes out, and if it's going to even release with this particular stat line, which is exactly the kind of stat line I could see them tweaking before release.
This is a November card, right? Just to help us with that context. It does read to me like Ajax, where it's both players' cards.
Yeah, definitely. There's no way it doesn't.
And it's a +2. Like this thing is getting your own, big sometimes.
Like, reveals. I think like that could be a lot of fun because on reveal decks are fun, and then at the end you just slam down the Gore.
And you can count on your opponent to be playing some on reveals. Nobody's playing on reveals. Even if you're playing an ongoing deck, you're playing on reveals in there.
Playing Spectrum. Yeah.
Yep.
I don't find Gilgamesh fun though, so I don't know. We see.
Yeah, I also don't find Gilgamesh fun, so Gore is definitely not a me card. But for those who enjoy him, I'm sure that'll be cool. They'll be butchering gods all day long. Uncle Ben, the reason for the season, in my opinion. I am very pro Uncle Ben, always have been, always will be. With great power, there probably ought to come a certain amount, proportional even, of responsibility. Great, yes. Okay, so the old version of this card has been, this was data mined like ages and ages and ages ago, probably more than a year, if I recall correctly. When this card is destroyed, add Spider-Man to your hand. It's a 1/2. It's still a 1/2. Now, when this card is destroyed, replace it with Spider-Man. Are we playing Nova and Uncle Ben and Killmonger much? I think we are.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, Killmonger is going to be everywhere, is my opinion. That's my prediction. I don't know. And I think that when Killmonger is everywhere, that's a good place for the game.
But also Kyera has, so I've been playing Killmonger, and there's plenty of times where Kyera has stayed my hand, and it's like, well, fine, I'll just kill my own 1-drops then. I wanted to anyway.
Well, that's the thing.
But
Uncle
no,
Ben is now the best 1-drop you can kill, in my opinion.
It's really changed Killmonger, because it used to be like, I used to hate playing Zoodex or 1-drops because of Killmonger, because it used to be you just hold your Killmonger, like the silly players would play their Killmonger 3 whatever, and someone would just play all their 1-drops after that.
Killmonger is dangerous.
Yes, and before you just hold it, guaranteed to always be a 1-drop deck. You just lost prio, dropped it. That's why they were doing the silly kitty shenanigans like behind Invisible Woman, where you'd actually put your kitty after your Killmonger behind Invisible Woman anyway. So like, but now you can't, like, if you hold it, then maybe they get the Kyera. It's a totally different, like, you know,
it's good tension.
Park.
Yeah, the game has changed for the better in that way, I think. I think it's more
Nova
interesting.
Is still the
you have to worry
best
about
one
that.
card to destroy, right?
Yeah, I mean, situationally. But like,
it's
this
pretty
Spider-Man
easy for
thing,
Nova
I
to give
assume
you
you're
5
getting the
power.
Spider-Man on reveal. And like that.
Oh,
can
for what purpose? But it's like Nova isn't a lot. Like the base destroy deck does not have no, like, the best, like, classic, you know, generic destroy now. It's like, it's Nico, X23, Deadpool, like, you know.
X23 and Deadpool, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, Nova's
I think Uncle Ben is a very exciting card.
But Uncle Ben's a surfer card. That's why
Uncle
Ben's excited.
I think Uncle Ben is an everything card. For me, I'm going to be playing this card a lot of places.
It's okay. We see how it is. You know, there's not a name bias going on here.
That's got nothing to do with it. This could be Uncle John of bathroom reader fame, and I'd be happy that this card was in Marvel Snap.
Can we skip one ahead to Misery, because Misery goes with Uncle Ben?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It sure. Yeah, I think so. I suppose.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't actually understand her. I was thinking that she destroys everything there, but maybe.
I don't think.
Does she only destroy your on reveals?
That's my read.
She's a targeted destroy card? It's the first time I've realized that. Huh.
I think so, but I could be wrong. That's the way
that's how I'm reading it now too. Anyway.
Or Ben, I could also see the reading be, you check every card here, and you do its on reveal if it has one, and then destroy them.
We'll have to find out. I wonder. I need to pay more attention.
That's a really good question.
To see if someone's already asked it.
I could absolutely see the intent being either thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of your other cards here. Okay, now on a second reading, I think it destroys everything.
Yeah, I think it destroys it. Like, that's my best guess, but a reasonable person could conclude the other thing.
They'll do.
We haven't read her text yet.
Probably, right? Like when it's Snap, they always want to choose whatever seems more intuitive.
And I think the simpler thing would be it destroys everything here, like every other symbiote thing does. You know.
Will you formally read her stat change?
But then she wouldn't get.
Oh yeah, for sure. Misery went from 5/10 to 4/7, so it also just occupies a different spot on your curve. You're living a different life.
I love this change.
Yeah, I think it's a much better card now. I thought it was pretty good before.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: they might make it targeted just so it doesn't hit things like Nimrod, or maybe it is supposed to, so it makes those cards better. Interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's supposed to act like Venom and Carnage. I just like when I find that Ironheart is a very handy card for card evaluation for like a variety of things. If you just like want to imagine how good something that lets you double down on reveals is, just like think about Ironheart a little bit. And so you just play Ironheart on 3, Misery on 4, and profit. You know, it's pretty cool.
when I was coming out
Yeah,
of like
719.
Yeah,
Series 3, I had
I'm
an
into it.
Ironheart deck.
Yeah, Ironheart is a very cool
Classic.
card. I think it's just
It's an interesting way to
solid.
think about it. Okay.
And
I'm
yeah,
sorry,
I
I
use it
derailed us
in-
again. We still didn't read Misery's text, just in
Oh,
case
yeah, on
anybody
reveal,
doesn't
repeat
know
the on
her.
reveal.
Oh.
Shoot. Oh my gosh, we really need to edit this episode. Anyway, Misery.
Do you want to
51047.
read it fresh?
On reveal, repeat the on reveal abilities of your other cards here, then destroy them. So, kind of like Odin, kind of like Deathlock.
But like, here's the deal. So these cards, Misery, Madame Web, Scream, Toxin, they've all been. This isn't new text. The only thing that's changed for these cards is the stats.
But sometimes that's a huge change.
Yeah,
and I think
Misery
that's the
as
case with
a
Misery.
4/7 is a big deal. I mean, they made Madame Web smaller. That's the breaking news on Madame Web. Scream, they gave an extra point of power. Ridiculous. That card is already too good. So we've discussed Misery at length now. Does anyone else have anything to say about Madame Web or Scream and those stat changes? Because they seem kind of irrelevant. I just wanted to briefly touch on Scream being bananagrams.
They're both still going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah,
and
they
all
are.
of these things could
Both of them.
change further. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's fun to speculate, but like, it's like, you know.
I would not be
all
surprised
subject
if
to
Scream
change.
got toned down to Steel 1 power or something similar, because right now it's very good. At least it looks very good to me, and I play a lot of move stuff. And
You're the
It's
pro.
going to be very good.
Okay.
Are we ready to learn about Toxin? Are we ready to talk Toxin?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
3-2 to 2-1. And in case anyone has forgotten, Toxin is the card that will, on reveal, return your other cards here to your hand, plus 2 power for each returned. So it's sort of like Beast and Carnage.
This is another huge one. Like the energy change.
Yeah, I already thought this card was fine.
This card's a lot better now.
Yeah, this card seems just ridiculous right now. I kind of hope it doesn't release like this.
I don't really care for bounce that much. I probably won't get it unless it's like a 2-card week for me.
At a certain point.
I mean, but like I can play. I'd rather play counter than play bounce.
I completely understand, but yeah, this is a card that we're all gonna have to think about and deal with. So
fair enough.
Yeah. I hope it's more fun than I think it's going to be. Any more thoughts on these cards that have had stat changes, or any of the changed cards or the new cards before we move on?
No, and I was going to intro our next thing because I did the show, so I kind of pulled out what I thought was important from the new variants.
I'm sorry for taking over.
That's why I was pulling in, because I was like, you're gonna read the show notes and you're gonna be like, what? So we were just looking at what the new variants were, and obviously, like, we can't talk a ton about them because we don't have them visually represented. But the one thing I pulled out, and I noticed because we had talked previously that Lauren had noticed it too, there's like 14 total variants, I counted them, that are all data mined to an incoming new Snap artist that hasn't been there before. An Italian artist. Someone say the name better than I'll say. I think it's
you're not gonna go for it?
Vincenzo Riccardi, I think. Close enough, right?
Vincenzo.
But they're Italian because I just like looked them up. They're from Milan, and they have this really cool like explosion of color style that it just like stood out. There's a couple other new artists that there were data mines for, but they only had like 2 or 3. So for me, that's what I pulled out. It's like a very explosion of color painterly style that looks like it'll be cool. I bet it'll look good split.
Yeah.
They remind me a lot of Maria Wolf's, who is my favorite artist in the game, where they're very detailed on the line work and just gorgeous colors.
Yeah. It's I'm not sure this is great podcast content.
I can
at
pop
some
up one
point,
of them while we're talking.
There'll be some very pretty variants. I agree, they are quite beautiful.
Okay.
I was very excited to see this artist coming.
Yeah, it looked cool. But
There
so
are going
that's
to be some
why
new albums.
we pulled out from that. I mean, I also am excited about. I guess we had talked about this. We already talked about the new split effects earlier. Those are all coming out. Snap packs. Yeah, and then a couple new albums. Sorry, you were saying.
All right.
I will say the Nicola album, I like Nicola's art a lot. I will have 6 or 7 of those as soon as the album launches, and it'll be the first album like that for me.
That's my Craven of choice right there. I look at that illustration a lot.
It's a great Craven. I would buy it if it ever showed up in my shop.
Oh, really? Interesting. It's only 700 gold, I believe. I think it's one of the variants that I actually bought. Maybe. I might have opened it randomly. I don't know. Anywho, shall we talk about the Jeff stuff?
Oh.
I think we can at least briefly mention it. You already talked about an absolutely atrocious alliance bounty in Sarah and Jeff combined. I've seen screenshots of people who have...
No, they get goofier.
They have tons of Jeff bounties, and what if you're in an alliance with newer players who don't have Jeff? I think
this whole Jeff Week thing is just really goofy for that very reason. Why are you punishing players for not having one of the most expensive cards in the game? That's stupid.
Yeah, it's a really cute idea, but I don't know. I mean, at least he's available by spotlights this week. If a newer player really wanted him, they could have saved for him.
You know what would have been a cool thing for Jeff Week? Giving everybody Jeff.
I think
I spent the 6,000 tokens, but I think it would be like... I think it would make it a lot more fun for the overall player base if they had the card in question.
Imagine the goodwill that would have bought.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah. The problem is like the casual player who's not like plotting out their spotlight keys the way I do. And, like recalibrating plans. They're just going week to week. And now there's a whole week they don't have enough keys to even try and get Jeff. Or, they only have one and they don't get him. And then, everything's themed around it. So I get it. It's a bummer.
Yeah, just weird and exclusionary and stupid, to be honest. That's my feeling.
Okay.
Any other thoughts on the Jeff stuff?
I mean,
we love the good
it's
little
nice
shark
to get
boy.
a bunch of Jeff variants. I know, just for fans of Jeff.
It's cute. It's just inconsiderate.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Shall we move on to the co-host topics? Or
I think
did you have
save those maybe for our next. Do we want? We've gone over an hour.
We're at an hour 20. I think we do our review game.
All righty then. So, for those who don't know, I have devised a pretty cool game with a pretty cool name. Haha. It's called The Great Maybe Snap Review Game. Are they gruntled about this? And in case you couldn't tell from the self-explanatory title, I source reviews from the Google Play Store, Steam. I don't have any Apple devices, but if you would like to submit some to our email address, if you see some interesting reviews for Marvel Snap on Apple App Store or whatever, maybe that could be a fun way to participate. Engage in a parasocial relationship with me. Do it. I dare you. Anyway.
Before we play...
What I do... Oh, okay. Sorry. Continue, Lauren.
No, I thought you were going to plow into it. And I was like, we've played this a couple times and the rules have devolved quickly and it's our fault. So I just want to make sure we're clear on the rules before we start.
All right. Yeah. I am counting on the competitors to keep track of their own score because I simply can't be bothered. And the premise of the game is this. I read a review. Sometimes I lightly edit the reviews to remove specific references to Marvel Snap things or to generalize. Sometimes I'll keep specific references in, and I just won't edit it. But anyway, I read a review. I maybe give any other relevant details, like the name of the reviewer. And then they take turns guessing if that review was about Marvel Snap or not, my two co-hosts. And if it is about Marvel Snap, hooray, you win. You get to feel smart. You have a point if you feel like keeping track of that. And if you lose... And you guess it's Marvel Snap, but it's not Marvel Snap, the other player gets to have a guess at what game it might possibly be. And in that way, they can, in theory, steal a point for those who care about such things. So, the great Maybe Snap review game, Are They Gruntled About Dis? Begins now.
The
All right.
hardest part for me is remembering when it's my turn so I don't yell out on Lauren's turn.
Ree, you spoke first, so you get to go first. That's
All right,
not
I like
always
it.
going to be the rule, but it is today. This is a positive review from Steam. 3.2 hours on record from August 21st. Love this game. I joined on mobile right as it came out, and I'm glad to see it's still going strong. Love collecting cards and destroying my opponents, lol. Ree, what do you think? Are they talking about Marvel Snap? Are they gruntled about this?
I think they are talking about Marvel Snap.
Point for Ree. They were talking about Marvel Snap.
Yay!
Lauren, this username is unpronounceable to me, and it's a negative review. They've logged 366.7 hours on whatever this game is. This is from August 22nd. Terrible RNG. Game devs promote toxicity and screw over certain players every single match. Literally can go a full 24 hours without winning a single game due to bad luck, and no amount of skill can overcome these crap days. Literally, it's coded in and designed to screw over players that do not hit infinite every single season. Do not play! All capitals, this. They went lowercase for this, but do not play.
After 366
two people found that review
hours.
helpful. After 366 hours, they were quite sour on the game.
Do not play.
Do you think they were talking about Marvel Snap?
Well, I was already leaning yes, but then you mentioned hitting infinite, so yes, Marvel Snap.
Yes, I should have scrubbed that. Sorry. Well, point for Lauren. Even I know it's a tie because we're still in the early game. All right. Round 3. To Ree. This is from user Australium. Still from Steam. Positive review. 36.2 hours. Good game. Fun, but a little grindy.
I don't think this is about snacks. You can pretty much just stop playing it.
Is that your guess? It's not about Snap?
Correct. Oh yeah, that's the point.
That's your guess?
Yes.
You're right. It's not about Snap. Would either player like to hazard a guess as to what game it is about?
I have a guess, but I don't. Do I get a go even if Ree got it right?
Yes, Lauren, go ahead. We're in bonus time.
My guess is your favorite Hades 2.
Nope. You will be shocked to learn this is actually Stardew Valley.
What? Okay,
Good
yeah,
game,
no,
fun, but a little grindy.
That's where I stopped playing.
And in all of our practice rounds of this game, I've used glowing reviews of Stardew Valley because people love that game. That was like the most mixed thing I'd ever seen about it. Anywho,
I bet that was hard to find.
Here we are, Lauren, to you. Round 4. Not recommended. This comes from someone called Nipple Torture. They've put 791.9 hours into whatever game this is. They had 748.7 hours at review time, and this is from August 4th. I realize that they need to make money to continue developing, supporting, and hosting servers for the game, but the amount of money you have to flush down the toilet to be competitive is absurd. I don't have experience with gacha games. This is the only one I ever played, but I can't imagine that this is normal. Also, I don't know if toiler was a typo or some fun slang that I've never heard, but I dig it. Okay, so were they talking about Snap?
Okay, it could be Snap, but I don't think so. No.
You're correct. Would anyone like to guess what game it was? You're not going to get it.
I would guess Genshin Impact.
That would have been mine as the low-hanging gotcha.
Biggest
but then you said we won't get it.
This one's a little bit.
Star Rail. I'm trying to think of all the
No, this one's a little bit janky. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. The Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay. Oh no.
Okay, maybe Lauren would have guessed that. I hate to take it away from you. I've got
only
20
was
of these,
considering
so
it.
I just want to burn through them. But
I was only considering it because it came up several times the last time we played this.
All right.
I forgot about Yu-Gi-Oh!
3 to you. We've got one from the Android App Store. It's a
Okay.
4-star review from the 6th. This is my favorite Android game. Exceptionally good design, also exceptionally bad coding. I've edited this review a lot. At one point, it was 2 stars because the crashes were so frequent I couldn't climb the ladder until I moved to PC. There's been a coding update. This game crashes after every 10 games now, and usually crashes changing menus now, and less often mid-game. That still sucks, but I can live with it. I'll give back the 5th star if these guys stop the crashes altogether. 26 people found this helpful. Were they talking about Marvel Snap?
Okay, now I'm torn because you said ladder, which is a very Snap term, but it's
A lot of games have ladders.
Yes, a lot of other games do. And the PC, like, for a long time, the client, the PC client was just the mobile client. So it's weird that it would... but it could be a more recent
the 1-year
review.
anniversary.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I'm going to say it is.
It is Marvel Snap, you are correct.
Yeah! Okay, so celebrate.
No, good job. Lauren, no one has rated this review as helpful yet. It comes from Steam. A recommended review. 4.8 hours on record from August 22nd. Product received for free. It's a fun card game. Matches go quickly. There's real-time betting and pretty cool music.
I mean, Snap hits all those for sure.
People aren't
Yes,
usually
it's
smart
Snap.
enough to-
It is Snap, you're correct.
Oh, good job. Okay.
I don't know what the real-time betting thing...
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Snaps.
it's just
snapping.
a confusing way to describe the snap mechanic. Real-time bet...
but
Okay.
a lot of people who are really in the game will talk about that being like poker, but that's usually not like the random review you're gonna read where someone is like making that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, that is a strange thing to focus on. So here's one that 758 people found helpful.
Ooh.
172 people found this review funny.
You can
25
mark
people gave it a
funniness in
ribbon.
reviews.
Well, on Steam you can. 66.8 hours on record. Recommended. Posted March 17th. I wiped out the entire Roman Empire for my dog's brain surgery.
Okay, so a game. Okay, it's not about Snap. Is
Are
what
you
I'm
sure?
gonna say.
We've had some weird ones that were about Snap in the past.
No, I'm gonna say it's not.
All right.
Am I right?
You're correct. It's
Yes. Okay, I knew it. Okay, I'm trying to think what it is. Where it's somewhere where someone is going to can sell.
I wiped out the entire Roman Empire for my dog's brain surgery.
I know. So I want to say games like Civilization or Age of Empires or that kind of thing, but
I
Assassin's
see
Creed.
why you would go that way.
so I can see, but it's
That
somewhere that
dog's
they need to
brain
be able to
surgery.
sell. Yeah, where they'd sell like gold, like you would in World of Warcraft or something, to pay for something.
I will tell you, I know the context. It's not about money.
Oh, in game.
That's not the reason this person didn't wipe out the entire Roman Empire for money for their dog's brain surgery.
Wait, is the dog's
They
brain
wiped out the
surgery
entire
in-game
Roman
or-
Empire to source something for this surgery.
What?
This is taking too long. I'm sorry.
My
It's
mind
Fallout New
incredible.
Vegas.
What
It's
could this
Fallout New
mean?
Vegas.
Oh.
Because one of the dogs that you can get a brain for one of
so
them
good!
you have to go to the Caesar's Legion camp and myrtleize
so-
everybody.
I'm so upset I didn't see, like, I couldn't figure this out. I knew it. I knew it was a game I played. Like, I saw the California flag for the first time and I said, oh my gosh, they modeled it on Fallout. And then 2 seconds later, I realized, like, that's how much I love Fallout. I mean, I did
No,
eventually.
I totally get you.
Okay,
You're
no,
like, that bear doesn't have the right number of heads on it.
I have to admit, I lied just now. I didn't immediately realize someone pointed out to me, like, fairly quickly.
All right. Well, sorry. I think I let you dangle too long on that one. Sorry. That was Fallout New Vegas.
No,
I'm just
I
excited.
enjoyed being dumbfounded.
That was
All
so.
right.
I was so into the mystery. Like, is the dog in real life
It's
in
the
the
second
game?
time I've pulled
What's
that trick.
happening? Okay, that was sorry. It was
All right, this one's a little easier, whether or not it's Snap. This one's easier. Overall, the core of the game is good. It's the 3-star review, by the way, from the App Store. The devs are willing to actively rebalance cards, and there's a lot of fun designs alongside an easy-to-understand core game. Card acquisition is kind of mixed. The The free cards will go a long way towards helping new players, but veteran players struggle to finish collections, marking down to 3 stars because the game is terribly optimized and laggy. It abruptly hangs during play, presumably while trying to live render gorgeous particle effects on cards. 47 people found this helpful.
As a player who has to play on low quality, I'm going to say yes, it's Marvel Snap.
You are correct. All right.
What they fix
Bree, this one might be kind of hard.
Okay,
or
I'm
it
prepared.
might be kind of easy. 122 people found this review helpful. It comes from Steam, 11.3 hours on record. It's recommended. The review reads as follows. Edge, 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 edge. All right, I got it. Edge, 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 edge. All right, I got it. All right, I got it. Edge, 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 edge.
Someone takes time to read this all out.
Yeah, do you know what that
Someone
was?
took the time to read it out loud.
Okay, I'm wondering if this was about how on the collection track you used to be able to get Series 5s?
No, you're not gonna get this one. I'm sorry.
How can I? My brain can definitely make this a metaphor for Marvel Snap in some way. Okay.
Well, you know it's not, right? You are correct. It's not Marvel Snap. That was a review for Catherine Classic on Steam.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
I wish I knew.
Well,
I
if you
love
play that game, you
Catherine.
hear the word edge a lot.
Oh,
Whenever
sounds
you
totally
form a connection
forgot.
around them. It's a whole thing.
Completed that game, and I totally forgot.
Well, I'm sure I will end up talking about that game at some point in the future on this podcast.
Yeah, aren't you like a world-class Catherine player?
Yeah, if we had an Olympic team, I would definitely be on it.
Is this why you put in a Catherine review?
Yeah. Who are we on? Is it Lauren?
Yes.
Is it? Okay, the last one was Catherine, and re-guessed that one, and now it's Lauren. So it's a 3-star review from the Android Google Play Store thing. You know how it is. Great concept, fun gameplay, but this game wants you to spend money so bad, it's almost gross. I understand the game is free and they have to make money somehow, but try to make some things reasonably obtainable. To get your favorite character or team leaves you with 2 ridiculous options. 1, eat, sleep, and breathe this game, and in a few months you might get it. 2, pay a bunch of money. The grind is too demanding for most normal people, and money doesn't grow on trees. 11 people found this helpful. Were they talking about Marvel Snap?
I mean, obviously the nature of the game, it could be, but I'm going to say no. I don't think Snap's acquisition system is that egregious.
You are correct. Also, this one I feel like is unlikely to be guessed.
They
and
reference
I feel bad
characters
they
and
weren't.
teams. Is it
Yeah,
like
that's
Marvel
a
Snap?
good
Is it
giveaway.
Marvel Strike Force? Whatever that other game
Oh,
is.
Ree for the bonus point.
Yeah, I scroll by some
Well
ads
played.
sometimes.
Hell yeah. Nice. All right. Good job. That's great. I like when people can guess
I'm
things.
succeeding at life now.
Okay. Lauren, to you. This is a positive review from Steam. This is the person's only review. Their name is Sean, the editor. They put in 16.3 hours, 15 hours at review time, and this is from August 20th. The distillation of the card battler into its chess-like essence. Easy to jump in and compete right off the bat. Simple enough to learn, yet learn quickly, yet with enough strategic depth that outfoxing your opponent feels like a real achievement. Also generous with the freebies. Haven't put a dime into it yet, but likely will, just to reward the incredible effort. So, was this glowing review about Snap?
I just want to clarify, it was my turn last. So should this be
Oh shit.
Ree's?
Okay, Ree? That's
Oh,
right.
fuck.
You got the bonus point. For those who care about points. Okay, yeah, Ree. What do you think? They talking about Snap? They gruntled about this?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. They were talking about Snap.
Okay. Fair. I thought it was
I'm
Lawrence.
sorry.
I was off my game.
No, I know. We were all off our rhythm there. This is.
It was a
everybody's
tough
fault.
one. That was a tough one.
All right. Lauren, I love this game. I have it phone and in the computer. That's 5.6 hours on record. It's on Steam from August 23rd.
I have it phone.
Talking about Snap? They gruntled
I'm gonna
about
say
this?
yes. And I'm saying it based on the 5.6 hours because it is the kind of game that you would play more on
You
phone.
would feel,
if you...
yep, and then you'd get it on the computer and review after 5. Yep, that all tracks. Unfortunately, it's Stardew Valley.
Perfection.
All right, we're getting towards the end here. This is a recommended review, 130 hours on record, 130.1 if you want to get real, but 99.4 at review time. And that's a great game. Enjoy it every day. Play about 2 hours every day. Can't get enough, haha. But sometimes the meta of the game sucks, but overall fun game. Probably the best game out there ever.
Okay, well,
And there was the name of an intellectual property after best. But I didn't want to reveal
okay, that
intellectual
changes it. I'm like,
property.
because I don't think many
Mhm.
people are going to pick Marvel Snap as their best game ever.
The best game ever, but they
like,
might pick it
They might
as
use
the
this
best Marvel
Marvel
game ever.
Yes,
Or the best
correct.
card game
So,
ever. Oh, you said it was.
Were they talking
brand.
about Marvel
They said
Snap, or were
IP
they talking about
brand.
something else?
I'm gonna say something else though.
You are correct.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's reasonable to ask anybody to guess based on that review, but
Wait.
it was Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wasn't gonna guess that. And I was like, wait, no, maybe. And then no.
I'm sorry.
No.
All right, here we go. We're really getting down there. 1 star in the Google Play Store from 8/20/24. The game would be okay. Not great if the performance was cared about at all. Me and many others I've seen can't play multiple matches without crashing fully. Sometimes it crashes before getting into one match, but at least then we don't waste our time joining a match just to lose. Literally just tweak the game's performance a small bit or give a performance mode. They've fixed very few performance-related issues and just rarely introduce new things. Gameplay is alright, the people are just lazy. One person found this review helpful.
I could
Were they
see
talking?
somebody interpreting Snap as being rarely getting new things. Even though it has a new card every single week, it doesn't get a lot of new
Other
modes.
stuff.
I'm gonna say no. It's not Snap.
It was Snap, I'm sorry.
Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Re-wins! Or at least takes the lead.
Oh, good. How? Because I forgot. I was gonna guess.
You have been keeping track. Okay, excellent.
I didn't track bonus points, but in raw
All right,
points,
well,
I have
who
5.
cares?
Ree has 6.
If one of you believes that you're the winner, you're the winner.
I was guessing 7, so I was close.
So here we are. We've got a positive review from Steam, 115.1 hours from August 23rd. Expletive love gambling. The expletive was all hearted out, and everything else is in capital letters. There are 4 exclamation points at the end. I fucking love gambling is the review.
I think not. I feel like I'm gonna say not Snap, and I'm gonna be wrong. So I'm gonna.
Is that what you'd like to do?
No, I'm gonna reverse and say it is about Snap.
It's a good thing you thought it through because that's exactly what was going on. That was a review about Snap.
Yes, I called the trick.
Someone's big their opinion of the draw of Snap is that yeah, I fucking love gambling, bro.
Hello, Admiral Akbar. You were right.
That's somebody who spends their keys as soon as they have them.
Oh, yeah. They don't know what it's like to have 4.
It's not about winning.
All right, now here, I think we are now. These are the last 3, so I think that means it's Lauren's turn, right?
Yep, it's my turn.
Okay. 72.1 hours on record. 373 people found this review helpful. 77 people found this review funny. Recommended from July 7th. I like the muscular women.
Me too.
Were they talking
I
about
mean,
Snap? There are some muscular women in Snap.
Almost everybody in Snap is muscular. It's amazing how few aren't.
Not a lot of body diversity, is there?
No, I'm gonna say yes. It's Snap.
It's not Snap.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
thinking it's not. I'm trying to think.
I bet you can guess what it is, though.
Dead or alive?
No, I liked the
Street
muscular
Fighter.
women.
Is it Hades?
You fucking know it's Hades too, baby. They're talking about Hecate with that six-pack.
Oh, she is
She
beefy.
jacked as
Yeah.
hell.
Also,
Oh, gosh.
well, Meg from the original too. I mean, they got some strong.
Oh no,
women.
Meg could. She could
Oh,
snap
also,
a demigod.
There's some beefy women.
Oh yeah, oh
I
dude.
played me some
Persephone
Hades.
looks like she could rip you apart. Anywho, I knew somebody would get that one.
I knew I would eventually.
All right, Ree, this one is actually yours. 2-star review from the Google Play Store from July 17th. Bugs, and more bugs. With each update comes a higher frequency. If you play on any device other than PC, do not spend money! Exclamation point, all caps, obviously. The minimum requirements are constantly raised, making only the very newest phones and tablets able to run this game. The game needs a strategic view option to be compatible with more devices, but they will never implement one for the same reason the minimum requirements rise. They wish to sell pointless cosmetics with fancy animations rather than fix their game.
Oh.
122 people found this helpful. Were they talking about Snap? Are they gruntled about this?
I was thinking not until now. I mean, they have been selling a lot more cosmetic stuff recently, so I'm gonna say yes.
It certainly does sound like they could be talking about Snap.
But I was wrong.
No, it's Hearthstone, baby.
Oh, it's
Tale as old as
Hearthstone.
time, repeating the sins of the past.
I haven't played
That's
it.
just
in
what
so
happens
long.
with these mobile card games. They need to put more animations and goobery stuff in. That's how
It's
it goes.
better than charging more for the cards.
Well, sometimes you can do both. Turns out.
Yeah, that's true. Fair enough.
Cool. Anywho, wow, there was actually a review that I thought I would have in here. Was it the one that I skipped? Oh man, I think. All right, I'll save that one for next time. I will come back and I've got a really good one for the next time we play this game. Lauren, to you is the final review that may or may not be about Snap. It's from Steam. It's positive. 115.4 hours from August 23rd. Good for Marvel fans with nothing to do. No new Marvel game is coming out so far. I played this because I am still waiting for a good X-Men team game. Please, Insomniac, make X-Men Legends 3 for the love of God. Thank you. Also, it is predatory. Watch out for microtransactions. Were they talking about Snap?
No.
They gruntled about this. You said no?
They are gruntled.
Are incorrect. They were talking about Snap. Mostly
Oh,
I picked this one
man.
because, yes, please, Insomniac, make X-Men Legends 3 for the love of God. I would, oh my God, I love the X-Men Legends games. Marvel
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, even though
Yeah.
1 really is the best of the bunch. X-Men Legends 2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance are some of the best beat 'em up RPG action games of their generation. Those gauntlet style, you know the ones, the co-op friendly. Yeah, they're
My
great
I've heard they're
times.
amazing. I've never played one.
Oh my gosh, my PS4 crapped out. You can't get them on PS4 really unless you buy a code on like Amazon or something. Like the hoops you have to jump through to play those games
Yeah.
are intense.
Yeah.
But my PS4 crapped out, so I haven't played in about a year. But
You're
oh,
Jonesing.
man, I
Jonesing for a fix.
I really love those games. Anywho,
Good.
that's been the great Maybe Snap review game. Are they gruntled about this?
They mostly were.
Thank you for playing. I apologize for any stumbles and hiccups. I hope we are heavily editing this episode. And yeah.
We
thank you
will
for
not
playing.
be. It needs to ship tomorrow.
Can I edit this episode? I feel so terrible about the length
Oh.
and some things that went long, and we dwelt too long in the wrong spots, and I feel
We
very
still
silly.
have some stuff before we're done, though.
That's true. That's
Right.
true. Let's finish it up. Let's take her
Okay.
home.
Already, I don't. Maybe I didn't mention this. There's a whole Snap Judgments network. This is the announcement right now. It includes the podcast, the daily show that Glazer does, the Snap Judgments League, where all the tournaments happen. It also includes a couple new podcasts, a few I said new podcast. We're the only new podcast, but we're bringing in 2 others into the fold. So there will be Snap Judgment Network's podcast that you can listen to many times a week. On Sundays, there's How Can She Snap from No Big Deal and the Kid, which is very fun. Have either of you listened to it? It's okay.
I am a huge fan. I've appeared on that podcast, and I would gladly appear on it again. They are so nice and fun, and I really liked hanging out with them. I'm a big fan of How Can She Snap.
The energy is wonderful. I think it's probably the most just generally positive Snap podcast that I listen to. And
They're
then
really funny.
On Tuesdays we have Snap Decisions from Joe, which is another one that's very casual, friendly, and very approachable. He also does Monday-ish episodes with guests that are fabulous. I think
we've all guested on it, right?
Yeah, all 3 of us have been on there. His radio DJ experience, I think, really shines when he's interviewing somebody. And it's just very approachable. And he will also do ad hoc coverage of things like OTAs or other big announcements. There's our podcast. It's just the 3 of us. Snap on This. That'll be on Fridays. And then on Saturdays, the Snap Judgments that you all know and love and listen to, presumably. You're here now. So there will be, I expect this to just be the beginning of something exciting, and that the network will grow, but definitely give all of those a listen if you aren't already. See which ones click for you. It's okay if it's not ours.
Indeed.
Yeah, we should have links in all the show notes to everything.
Oh yeah, we will. And now there's Patreon thanks. I split these into 3 because I have heard this many more times than I've ever said it, just like most of you listeners. Who wants to take the first go?
I don't know how to pronounce this person's last name, but I'll give it a shot. Would y'all mind if I just tried to rip through these?
Go for it.
Do you want to do the whole stack?
Yeah. Would that be monstrous of me?
Do it.
All right, we got Abigail Gieslin. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. However it's pronounced. Abigail, we're grateful to you. We got Mandatory Burnout supporting Cables. Probably Cables Dumbs, if I were to speculate. I think that's the person. Matt H, irregardless. Not a word, but I think they know that, and that's why they've chosen it as their handle. David G. Wingfield, Direwolf, LAB, FaThorNewman. We know who that is. Good Dog Gamer, Deus Volt, Inc. I am Frostman. Jay Navarrete, Quarren, Primed Ryan, Keratix Lee, Koire, Purophoros, The Goat Seeker, Denman Falcon, Quid Pro Joe, Docty, Fat Nick, Ginger Prime, Philip Bratkovic, Haplo, Kenny Loggins, Rob Silverman, The Bizza, X-Force V, Skippy G, Tommy Nyquist, King of Bros, Black Dahlia, The Great Kazoo, Jessica Gamble, Ryan Wood, Kev Ciota, Luna Chris, Quantum Quinn, John Q, Clam, 8th Sage, Models, Darth Tater, Rayma, Setala, I Tried, Brian Kaufman, Kristen H. Martin, Jason B, JD McDonaldino, Fuzzy Dunlop, Spectrumix, Hoot, Matt H, Mikey High Jinx, No Flex, Ocularis, Craig Sterry, Seamus, Spike Jones, Two Ties, Lauren Whatevs, oh, I know her, Tuccrr, Minwin, and Gunny T, where the T stands for open to much speculation. Probably terrific. So yes, please do look into it. Follow us on Twitter. Lauren can be found at Lauren Whatevs. I can be found at Benjamin_Roller. And Ree can be found at its_just_Ree. And Snap on This Pod, at Snap on This Pod, is in fact the Twitter handle of the Snap on This podcast. Our email address is snaponthispod@gmail.com. If you liked what you heard, find us on YouTube, iTunes, or Spotify probably, and subscribe at Snap On This Pod. Don't forget to subscribe to the show we're taking over either. That's right, Snap Judgments, youtube.com/@SnapJudgmentsPod. Is that true? /@SnapJudgments?
It is, yeah.
That's wild. Okay, well, fascinating. Thanks to Adam Starr, a.k.a. Marvel Snap Lore, a.k.a. @MelodramaKitch1 on Twitter for the idea. And just a real nice person.
Not just the idea,
great human
but
being.
pushing it
I
to
think
the
we're all
head.
huge fans.
He
if
incepted
you're not
us.
Following, I mean,
We've been
get with
incepted.
the showgram. He's
Layers.
what are you thinking? Anyway, also thanks to Chase Pitzer for donating some sweet recording hardware. And thank you to Pulse Glazer for believing in us and just holding the Marvel Snap community together, much like Atlas with the world upon his shoulders. Please check out one of the other great shows on the Snap Judgments Network, like the ones that we just told you about. We are not going to insult your short-term memory by dropping them one more again. Is there anything else we need to hit before we say adieu?
I'm satisfied with my care.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. You're all bright stars in the dark night sky. Keep it filthy. Take the world by storm. Don't let the RNG get you down. Bye-bye. Oh, wait. And don't forget to happy snapping or whatever the stuff. I think Roy says something.
Oh,
Keep
man.
on
No,
snapping.
what we need
On
is
snapping.
that's all, folks. Like Spider-Ham or something.
Sure.
Like, whoosh. The end.
That's a great idea. Will you put it together in
John
Unity?
Mulaney impression.
I could actually. That sounds like another good way for me to spend
That's all, folks. Everybody's in LA.
Oh, you did it. Okay. All right, I can turn it off. We're done now.
Yeah.
Yes.